Thanks for joining us. You made it through the week. Happy Friday. And it was quite a day over at the Capitol yesterday. Boy, in about 12 hours, those Idaho lawmakers got House Bill 1 all the way from a proposal to passed. Three big things are on the way as a result. Rebate checks, the tax bracket reset, and $400 million plus invested into Idaho public education. And we've told you here on the 208 about Reclaim Idaho's campaign to raise more money for public education. They actually qualified a voter initiative for this upcoming November general election ballot, asking Idahoans to vote yes or no on the idea of taxing the wealthiest Idahoans a bit more to pay for public education. But with the passage of House Bill 1, where does that leave the Quality Education Act? Many believe it'll just override it. I spoke with Reclaim Idaho co-founder Luke Mayville about the special session and where Reclaim Idaho goes from here.
Special session is in the books. Governor Brad Little signed House Bill 1 shortly after it passed the legislature Thursday evening. A major component to House Bill 1, an investment of over $400 million into Idaho public education. The timing of the special session is interesting. It comes weeks after Reclaim Idaho's Quality Education Initiative qualified for a vote on the November ballot. That initiative is aimed at raising more money for public education by taxing the wealthiest Idahoans.
We are regrouping, figuring out what the next steps are for the proposition.
Luke Mayville is co-founder of Reclaim Idaho. He says it's clear to Reclaim Idaho that House Bill 1 was in direct response to their campaign.
It is very clear that the legislation that passed yesterday was designed to undermine the Quality Education Act. We're figuring out the best path forward, but regardless of what happens in the coming days, we're going to be spending a lot of our time celebrating.
Still, the results of House Bill 1, sending millions of dollars to public education, is something Reclaim Idaho is more than on board with.
$410 million for public schools is a big win, both for the state of Idaho and for the thousands of, citizens and volunteers and supporters who worked to put the Quality Education Act on the ballot. None of this would have been possible without the hard work of countless volunteers across the state who knocked on doors over the past year and collected signatures, and along the way built a whole lot of support for large-scale investments in public schools.
Mayville believes the success that Reclaim Idaho has seen with their Medicare and their education campaigns says a lot about Idahoans.
The success we've had really speaks to the promise of these issues that can bring people together, issues like healthcare and public schools. Even though the people of Idaho disagree on a whole lot of things, they can really come together around these bread and butter issues, these issues that directly impact the quality of life of the majority of the population.
So where does Reclaim Idaho go from here?
For now, we have to determine if there is any path forward for Proposition 1 and what our next steps will be as an organization in the coming months. But regardless of what happens, the immediate next step is for us to go out into communities, hold a whole lot of events where the main goal is just to celebrate how far we've come.
So it's wait and see with Reclaim Idaho, but lawmakers will return in January for the next legislative session. At that point, they will determine exactly what to do with the $410 million now allocated to education.